Welcome back, guys, to No Remorph. It is Wednesday night. It's 8:30 Central, and as always, we are back here doing the same old thing. A little different each time, but same old premise. So appreciate everybody that comes out every week to see us. But got a great guest on tonight, and we've got kind of some odd news popping up. Some of the same stuff we've kind of reiterated a few times, but we've been made aware of some events coming up too. So I want to say toward the end of April, we've got a fundraiser going on for Ken over at LMK. Something I think everybody, if we start prepping now and start getting the information over to Vance at Blue Zombie, he can get some of that stuff listed. So whether that's snakes or merch or things you want to donate, and even if you don't want to donate, maybe you want to come pick some things up. That's going to be, I believe, April 24th. Maybe Will knows better than I do on the exact date. He's kind of hiding back there in the backstage for now, but I believe that's the correct date. So we got several weeks to get prepped, but much needed. He got hit with some massive responder bills. You know, he had to get a helicopter flight in, and insurance would only cover that to a portion. So he's left with some pretty high unexpected stuff, man. That's brutal. Not to mention just the issues. You know, it's a daughter that's having some seizure things, and they don't really know what's going on with it, which is scary enough. But you don't need to, need to pile huge bills on top of that. Besides, so if we can come together as a group and get some stuff rounded up for them, that'd be fantastic. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be posting stuff up on the Instagram too. We'll shoot some reels and things out there as it gets closer, but keep it in mind. And Ken's been a good community spirit, man. He's pushed a lot of good through the last couple years of streaming. So time to
Stan says it's April 26th.
Oh, okay. 26th. Okay. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate that. Get that out there clear for everybody. But yeah, so as it gets closer, we'll narrow out all of the details and get the stuff to the people that need it. But if you have things you might want to throw in, reach out. It's going to be probably your best bet to hit up Vance at Blue Zombie Morphs directly and let him know. So, anything else from you guys news this week? I mean, I know our stuff's coming up, getting closer to our first couple show dates for vending, but that's still a month out there. Don't have our stuff yet. Still waiting on completed designs and things back from 6-6, and hopefully he can provide that stuff shortly. We'll get that rolling.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, excited to get that stuff. We got our ARS displays and all that stuff getting ready to go, and all of this is a first to us. We've been to a lot of shows and around that environment, but never done one. So it's going to be super fun. A little nervous, a little excited. I think it's going to be a hodgepodge of good and bad for our first couple, but maybe just get used to that circuit, at least locally, and get to see the same faces and familiar with the people putting the shows on and all of that good stuff. But
it'll be fun.
It will be fun. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll have some geckos too to bring with us.
Yeah, that's another first for us. We have 5 eggs in the incubator, so
yeah. Some kind of beginner combos, but some cool stuff in there. Some Tremper and Bell Albino, and we've got Bold. I think you've got some Bold and Bandit, right?
Bold and Bandit, yeah.
Yeah. Some possible Eclipse stuff.
Yep.
It's all new to me, and those little eggs crack me up.
We'll see what comes out.
Right. And some white and yellow too, right?
There's white and yellow, yep.
Okay. So yeah, it'd be cool to see some of the results on those pairings. But yeah, who's out there tonight? Let's say hi to everybody.
Who's out there? First person is Blue Zombie.
Nice. Good to see you, Vance. Appreciate you coming out. Hopefully I didn't botch your fundraiser too badly there. I just want to get the word out nice and early, get everything flowing your way. Mike Duvall, good to see you, sir. Appreciate you coming out. Mike's been here every week for a while now. Mr. 2%, Sammy Vargas in the house. Appreciate you as always, Sammy. And we got Stan, see you, Serpents, correcting us on the date, and thank God he's out there telling us the right info. Appreciate you, Stan, always. Thank you, sir. We got Jason at Basement Pythons. Yeah, you got salutes going on. Appreciate Jason for sure. We've got a second show coming up with Jason end of the month, so keep your eyes open for that one. Kind of a surprise show coming on Saturdays. So I leave those hearts to you guys. I can't even make that shape with my hands anymore. Good to see Shauna always. Be Easy, James Be Easy in the house. Always good to see him too, man. Comes out every week. Appreciate him. We got Thomas, Low Life. He's been popping in quite a bit too. And I never know. I always say he's an over-the-road hauler, but I never know if he's actually doing it or if he's back home chilling and watching or has us on his radio. Kike, good to see you, sir. Loving all of the good reports. Sounds like things are going really well in the right direction down there. So good for you, man. That's long overdue. Josh, having a ball. Appreciate you too, sir. Looking forward to that Cypress coming up this way. I know our weather hasn't been helping you on that, but we're excited for that. Brave, probably choking down some multi-grain super fruit smoothie right now. But appreciate Brave coming out. Delicious. He's going to be a guest soon here, biology student. So we want to get a young perspective on somebody going through the actual program. Tim, that's the old man sitting on the couch. Appreciate them coming out every week. Mom and Dad just hanging out, checking us out. So it's good support. There's the other half. Filling up 2 seats here. They're going to enjoy Will tonight. I know that. Will's their kind of people for sure. Brian, good to see you, sir. Been popping in too. Pretty consistently since the first stop in, so must not have offended him yet. Good day, Chris. Good to see you, sir. All the way across multiple ponds over there in Australia. So good to see Chris from Fry's. He's got some wild stuff out there too.
It's a cool logo too.
Jordan, he's only a couple weeks out now, right, Jamie? Gonna have Jordan sit down with us and show his displays and what he's got going on. So it's gonna be an awesome conversation. Appreciate you coming out, Jordan, always. We got Johnny from Texas coming swinging through. Look at this motley crew is right. About to join your motley crew in Daytona again this year. Sounds like we're all going to get on the same floor of the same hotel if we can.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'll be a mess for sure. We got Mark Middlestead. Yeah, absolutely. The rat bastard right there. And he's coming up as well. God, we got a lot of good guests just around the corner. So looking forward to that one. Always good to see. Big Tank Hank. Appreciate you, sir. And that's an appropriate name, man. Go check out that YouTube channel. He's got some cool stuff on there for the aquatics. James Perry, appreciate you coming out. Silent Assassin, you got a merch pack headed your way. I just got the shipment info on that. Hopefully you did too, but that was from that auction buy, so appreciate you picking that up. It's on its way, though, safe and sound, hopefully, with some Pilsner glasses to follow. So we're going to just jump right into all the same old stuff, guys. We're going to just mention it because it's still running and it's still going and it's still vital and important. So deeds, not words. This is going to be going for a while. It's a fantastic fundraiser, doing all kinds of really good things with veterans, disabled veterans specifically, getting them out of their everyday kind of doldrum and into the things they once had the time and ability to enjoy on a different level. So puts them back out in the hunting and fishing and camping and outdoor stuff. But much needed. I mean, small thing to give back to somebody that gave, so much for each and every one of us. So hop over to the Fat Man Nation, pick up a shirt, donate directly, however you want to handle that with them. There's ways to do it, but definitely take part if you can. It's important. So appreciate Chris for putting that together and all the guys behind the scenes doing the work for that. And we've got a conference coming up. It's only a couple weeks out now. I think April 4th this is about to happen, but let's hear the brainchild that put it together tell us himself.
It's called EPIC, the Exotic Pet Industry Conference, and it's free to register at epic.live. EPIC is over 20 special guests across 16 sessions covering industry trends, marketing, branding, podcasting, and YouTube. EPIC is for pet keepers and breeders. It's for gecko and invert lovers. It's for snake and spider lovers. EPIC is for anyone who enjoys these amazing animals. Did I mention it's free? Register now at epic.live.
Awesome. And it is just what the title says. I mean, Epic is so accurate. When you get a company the size of Chewy, completely outside of reptiles and exotics, to jump in and participate in something like that, that's the direction the industry needs to go. So super excited to see what comes of that. I personally can't wait. I think it's going to be probably something that can even, I think it could be something that could come up a couple times a year. They already talked about like biannual, right? But I think it's going to be a worthwhile thing, and people are really going to enjoy it. So, moving things the right direction, in my opinion. But that's the outside stuff, or outside of us anyway. So let's hit our couple things, get our ads in here, and then we'll get Will out here on the stage with us. Yeah, Jamie, you want to tell us about our affiliates and all of that good stuff?
I sure do.
All right.
ForgeCoin affiliates. You all know what ForgeCoin is. We do trivia at the end of every show. You get $10 if you're the first one to answer in the chat comments. We bank that up. I keep track. And all of these fabulous people are willing to take and accept ForgeCoin for what they have for sale there. So we have Carl and Jamie over at Graceful Pythons, TJ and Greg, Rippin' Reptiles, Holly over at Texoma Exotics, Charlie with Shed Testing, Vinnie at Bone Daddy Serpents, John at Mission Morphs, Angel Caro Reptiles, just ordered some gecko stuff from his 3D printing business. It's fantastic. Does a really good job. Chris BNS, Josh having a ball, Rich at Capital City, and Dylan at D's Balls.
Absolutely.
Is it D's Balls and Exotics or D's Balls Pythons? I can't remember. But okay.
D's Balls and Exotics.
Just D's Balls. Pause.
Just D's Balls.
Yeah. Those are our ForgeCoin affiliates. So play trivia and message these people. They'll all be happy to accept that. That's what we got today.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. And that's piling up fast. There's a lot of different ways to get it too. I mean, trivia at the end of the show, but there's always ForgeCoin falling out during certain episodes. We're going to have a Saturday show coming up where a bunch of that's going to be handed out too. So hopefully that gets a little more traction. We're going to have some of those affiliates kick a little ForgeCoin back in. We're going to reach out to a couple to see if, a certain shows they want to throw a little bit at the purse too for that trivia show coming. So it's going to get to be a fun thing, and hopefully people use it. There's been a few buys with it. But there's quite a bit of money sitting out there for people. They could burn up on different things. So
there is.
Don't be shy.
I post the tally on our Discord after every show weekly. So if you're interested, go take a peek.
Absolutely. So Jay, I always throw this one at you, but one of our affiliates has their own sponsorship. Tell us about it.
Yes, sir. So Chris over at BNS Reptilia, if you are a cocoa husk or coconut husk user and you haven't tried Coco2go or The Chipper, go try it. Very good stuff. So we kind of ran them all through the mill, and where we ended up was this was the best of the best. So the other beauty is Chris, as Jamie said, accepts ForgeCoin. So go use that ForgeCoin. Give it a shot. Give it a try. See if you like it. Chris will also take ForgeCoin for his animals. So little added bonus there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Always going to be a good deal. We do have some other stuff coming up. Greg TJ at Rippin' Reptiles, we are putting together an ad for them. That's also a sponsor we want to highlight down there in the bottom left corner on my screen, probably on the broadcast as well. But I'm going to put together an ad for them, but great people. Reach out. They have a lot of different projects going on. A lot of great animals available. I know they constantly update that list too. So have zero reservation about recommending buying anything from them that interests you. So appreciate them 100%. Eric B, appreciate the advice, and definitely take Eric B's advice. He knows what he's talking about. So do that, folks. Eric. But yeah, we do appreciate that. So yeah, we're going to run Charlie's deal, and we'll be right back with Will, guys. Get to see what's going on at the Python portal. So let's hit it. So shedtesting.com. Anything you need done for genetic testing, that is your first stop. Charlie's a fantastic guy, does excellent turnaround time, good communication. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Best prices out there, just lowered his prices too. So appreciate you coming out, Tommy. But yeah, tonight we've got Will, Python Portal. Will has kind of been around the community for a while. Everybody has nothing but good to say about him somehow. I mean, that's a hard thing to do in the community. Somebody's going to find a fault with you, but no one has with Will. He's a smiley guy. He's in all the stuff positive, and doing his own thing. Like we talked a little bit prior to the show, and we'll just let him get into that. He kind of takes his own direction and doing stuff not a lot of other people are. So that's admirable. We need more of that, not just chasing down the same streams. And we're going to find out exactly what that is if he's ready. Will, you ready back there? You all set to pop out? All right, absolutely. Let's get him out here. Jamie, get that trivia stuff going. Going to pop you backstage and run the comments a little bit.
Yep.
If you have questions for Will while we're in the middle of this, shoot them in there. We will try to get to them if possible. So all of that garbage out of the side, let's say hi to Will. Will,
There he is.
What up?
how you doing tonight,
How
sir?
we doing? Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
First
Really
order of
comfortable
business. Oh, yeah. Well, that wasn't going to be it, but appreciate that for sure. Actually, that's the military green, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like that. Actually, that looks really
I
good.
do too.
But first order of business, because Jamie brought it up right away, and I'll probably have you just kind of turn a little bit left and right, because that logo behind you, it's one of our favorite out there. Yeah, that is amazing, man. I just love that logo. It's such a great idea. The whole premise behind it goes into normal and comes out all funky. And I dig that, dude.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
So it just popped
That's
in your
what we
head?
pretty
How
much do. Yeah, well, I pretty much came up with the name, the Python Portal, and the next thing I did is I just looked for an artist that was able to kind of create what I had in my head, and that's pretty much what I had in my head was something like a portal in space, and then I kind of told him I wanted it to be, one thing, and then once it goes through the portal and comes out the other side, it's something different because that's what we basically all do is we create new things from something different. So
Absolutely. Awesome.
you got another Will fan. He's already giving you a tough time.
And
oh, I know he always does. Though. He
Yeah.
always does.
He's good for that. That's Will on Will hate crime going on right there. So. Noxious. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming out, man. But tell us a little bit about you. I know we just did a real brief intro because it feels like a lot of the people that are going to be in tonight or seeing this probably know you, but there's several that don't. So if you don't mind, just kind of give us the rundown, how you started, a little bit of your background story.
Okay. I grew up in California. I was born and raised there till I was 17, basically. And I lived out in the country for the majority of that time in a desert. So there was a lot of racer snakes and frogs and geckos and that kind of stuff just running around. So I had a lot of time to kind of catch on to all that stuff. But I've always been into animals and stuff like that since I was really little. So I had a lot of National Geographic books and stuff like that on animals, and I'd read up on all the animals. I wanted to be a zoologist when I grew up and all that stuff. So it's always kind of been there for me when it comes to the animals and reptiles especially. I moved up here in Washington, Eastern Washington, at about 99, right when I was starting to go into my year 18. And I started with collared lizards, eastern collared lizards, bearded dragons, Chinese water dragons. So I did a lot of lizards when I moved up here. That kind of progressed into some other stuff. I did frill necks, savanna monitors, tegus, sailfin dragons. I did a couple other different little things throughout the years, but I think it was like 2009, I think, that I got my first ball python, and it was a spider ball python, and I named it Charlotte from Charlotte's Web.
Okay.
And that was the thing that just kind of set me on the path of wanting ball pythons. She did, and back then we didn't really have tubs and racks and stuff like that. So it was a 55-gallon fish tank and all the wrong stuff, basically. So a few years after that, she ended up passing because she did have a pretty bad wobble and some stuff going on with her. And so I stopped after that. I was like heartbroken over that whole thing. And I think it was like 2017 is when I finally decided that I wanted to try it again. And I got a super pastel yellow belly that I still have. I named him Homer. And after I got him, it went into, okay, I want a small collection to, okay, well, now I'm going to breed.
Okay.
And so that's
So
pretty much where we're at now.
yeah, super long history of that, but started on the lizard side of it and had
Yeah.
several of them kind of running around. Like your age roughly when you first started grabbing animals and keeping them yourself, were you early 20s? What were you?
Oh, no, like 7 or 8 probably.
Oh, okay. Your folks were all cool with that. They didn't care at all.
Oh, I was in the middle of the country, so I'm running up and down ditch banks catching them. I mean,
Okay,
you know.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So when you made the move to Washington, was that as an adult or still as your family?
No, I moved up here with my mom and my stepdad. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I
Okay.
came this direction from there.
Okay, that's what kind of confused me. It felt like in the story that like you moved out of the house and
Yeah.
that's where you went and started with the lizard thing. Okay,
Oh, yeah. No,
gotcha.
yeah. I moved up this way with the family. Yeah.
Yeah, you said you were like 18 when you moved to Washington, right? Was that the deal?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was. It was probably September of '99 when I moved up here. So yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha. So it started off super pastel yellow belly. Were you already well into all the genetics and the
Nope.
possibilities of combos, or is this start the YouTube craze where you're just looking up everything you can find?
That's where I started looking up what a super pastel was and what a yellow belly was, because all I seen was just this really pretty yellow snake that I wanted, and so I bought him. And then I started to kind of look up, because I knew what a spider was and I knew what a bumblebee was, but I had no idea what a super pastel was or a yellow belly was, because those were the two that caught my eyes to begin with. Sorry, small dogs.
That's okay.
So I ended up getting that, and then I started watching some of the YouTube videos. I had Nerd. I found Nerd. Started watching Nerd. Brian Barczyk. Started watching a lot of Brian Barczyk. And then I started to watch Chris Hardwick.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of people
he
did.
was around. Yeah, he was around for a while, and so I started watching a lot of his stuff too. But it was mainly those guys, and then everyone else started popping up after that. That I started to kind of find. Irresistible Balls, you guys, and a few other people, but LMK and all the RWO, all that kind of stuff started to kind of find, and I started listening more to that kind of stuff too. But to really get into the genetics of things and whatnot, I actually have one of Kevin's books that I started reading on that, as well as doing my own Google-based searches and stuff on the genetics, trying to just dig at every little thing I could, what I could do with what. And the spider complex for sure is one that I deep dived into, because I wanted to understand all that stuff and make sure that I wasn't going to do anything crazy or dumb. So I really dug into everything before I started picking out a whole lot of my collection. But at first, that's what it was a collection. So I did just kind of grab, like, I have a Pastavi and I have a fire Pastavi. I don't know. They were pretty.
Yeah.
Did I need them both? Oh. So there was that kind of stuff that I did at the beginning. Now, obviously, I'm not doing that, but there was a lot of that at the beginning.
Yeah, and I think that's super common, and it's really to get the animals around you, get them in-house, learn how they operate, the husbandry, everything that goes into taking care of them. And I think that's kind of just the standard process for almost everybody out there. It's a pretty rare example that starts in and says, okay, here's my breeding plan before they, get the animals and get excited, right? So how much of that have you had to filter down, change? Do you keep them just because it's a nostalgia thing? Have you shifted in and out of a lot of early animals, or are they still around?
I still have all of my original collection. There maybe be one or two that I'd be willing to maybe even part with, but for the most part, I can still use them. It's just they don't have those extra genes that everyone's kind of wanting to have multi gene animals. Why have just one basic? However, those animals I made sure when I bought them they had het something, so I got a lot of het exantic, het clown stuff. So it's still stuff that I can use for what I'm working with. But a lot of other people, if they were to come up and want to buy it, and then I told them what kind of exantic or whatever, they may not be looking for that typical exantic line, because this exantic line that most of these have is one that's not very popular with people.
Okay. And I think you're referencing the Joliffe stuff, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of on the smaller scale of what's out there on exanthic stuff. But there's great examples of all the exanthics, right? It just never
Yeah.
caught on for whatever reason. So,
And the majority of my collection actually came from a breeder who is local, and he's the one that actually got me hooked on the Joliffe stuff because he has both.
oh, okay. So he's
That's
working
what.
VPI and
Yeah,
Joliffe?
he's
Okay.
working with BPI and Joliffe as well. I don't know what his breeding plans are with the two, but he does have both, and I have bought both off of them, both lines off of them.
Okay, that was my next question. Did you kind of
Yeah,
do the same? Do you have both of those lines that you're working different things with? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. But that's not a bad thing. It's sad that certain things get kind of shelved, right? And they do
Mhm.
sometimes just make a huge comeback, and it's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
the gene's been around forever. Now all of a sudden everybody
Yeah,
wants it. It
It
just finds its
catches
way in.
fire, and yep, exactly.
Yeah. So that's cool, man, that you're sticking with your guns and doing the Joliffe thing. Um, what is your base project in Joliffe? I mean, what is it you're shooting to do with that particular exanthic?
that's going to be True Ghosts, and that's going to be Snow Projects, and I'm going to have a mixture of light and dark genes and pattern disruptors in mixed with it with some of my other stuff that I have in my bins.
Okay, gotcha. So you've done the snow portion of it. So you're doing lavender with this. You're doing, I'm assuming, lavender
No,
albino.
no, I just do OG albino. I don't do
Oh,
lav.
okay, gotcha. All right. So not a lav snow.
No.
That's what I picture all the time when I hear snow. Is I always think lavender for whatever reason. I think it was just such a
Yeah.
popular combination. But
Oh, yeah, it is, and I love lav, but I don't have any lav. I just stick to all regular OG albino.
gotcha. Okay. So what are you pushing that to a second? Well, a third recessive in this case, I guess. Are you pushing that to a pied or to maybe see it in a clown or puzzle or something
Uh,
that direction?
well, I do have some stuff in the works with puzzle, so it could go that way, or it could go DG. Um,
Okay.
I could do pied too. I do have pied that's going to be worked in. I do have albino pieds and stuff like that, so it is going to get worked in, but I don't know exactly. I haven't gotten to that point yet as far as what I want to work pied into with it.
Sure.
I'd
Right
vote for
now, I'm
Pied and DG.
pied Andy.
Yeah, for sure.
Jay's votes are in. He says
Yeah,
pied and DG, but I want to see the puzzle stuff. I love puzzle stuff. We have very little of it, and we're so behind on that. But it's still something that I'm going to pair anyway. We're not going to make amazing puzzles, but we'll have visual stuff that I'm going to enjoy. Someone else
Yeah,
will. But
yeah, of course,
um,
yeah.
yeah, I think it's a great gene, and it's obviously got a ton of potential. But that's my vote, man. Put it in the puzzle stuff.
No,
Or throw my vote out. Either it don't matter. But North Country, appreciate you coming out. So talk about a little bit. Now we know you got the odd exanthic in there, but what are some of the other projects you got going? Because I think you mentioned Joliffe a couple times before the show, and the one I have not seen a lot of either, which I dig.
the Joel of Tiger.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep, I have Super Jollof Snow. Um, that's a super tiger Jollof snow, and then I have a hypo tiger right now, a visual hypo tiger. So I have both visuals right now that I can show. But the tiger, the thing that's nice with the tiger is if you like banded jeans that do a lot of banding and they go across the dorsal. This is one of those jeans, and what it does with the alien heads is it'll shrink down to pretty much nothing, if not a few keyholes inside the alien heads.
Okay.
But it'll also create like a syrupy gold color to it, and it kind of takes away that green pigmentation inside of the actual color of the snake itself. So it kind
Sure,
of makes it
gotcha.
like a goldish color.
Yeah, and if at any time, I mean, we can always put you on the big screen if you're talking about jeans that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with. They probably heard of it,
Yeah.
but I bet they haven't seen a ton of them. So
God,
anytime you want to hop up and show one while you're describing
Yeah,
it, just do it,
yeah.
and we'll throw you up
Okay.
there. But
I can grab the hypo tiger to kind of show you the single first, and then grab the other one to show you the super.
sure, yeah, that sounds good. I'd like to see both. I am not that familiar with this gene, so it's going to be fascinating to me too. Let me get Will up on the screen.
All right, let me see.
And we'll bring him over like this. Okay.
Right.
There we go.
So they normally sometimes they don't have any kind of head stamp, but sometimes they will get this little like keyhole in the back.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is a hypo tiger, by the way. So you see how the banding's kind of.
Camera's fantastic. I mean, it's doing a great job.
Yeah, really looks.
You see the banding though?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to make sure I get the right spot there. There you go. There's a lot of banding, and then you see how the alien heads. They're there's few of them that got these single, and there is some that are double, but I think that's kind of the hypo.
Yeah, hypo is doing that cameling, kind of pulling them together. Yeah.
But that's kind of what the tiger gene does. But that's just the single form. The super, actually, I found it blows out the alien heads and makes them circular. I'll bring that one out right now, but I don't know if you guys are good with this or.
Yeah, no, I'm shocked, man. That camera is fantastic. It's doing a great job.
Really good.
Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see the banding there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can we see the head real quick?
Yeah.
If you can get it on there.
It's got that perfect fire dot, like the fire spear, you know?
Yeah.
That looks like a sand dollar or something right on the head, right?
Oh,
yeah.
I see the little dashes too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I don't want to call it a keyhole, but it's what kind of. But yeah, that's kind of what the tiger's doing to the hypo, and it's crazy. I don't know. Hypo usually doesn't it kind of do a lot more with the pattern. I think it's kind of trying to normalize the pattern a little bit.
It's still a great looking gene, though. I dig it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. But let me go grab that super real quick.
For sure.
Yeah, the that one, you know, the way the kind of the holes in the alien heads got really weird. It reminds me of like what Trick does with all the holes. They kind of get more geometric,
stretched out,
weird space
sideways. Yeah, yep. And Hypo's doing some of that too. Look like.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's gonna be hard to see, but
we can see the yellow though. It's showing up.
Kind of.
It's light, but it
blows it out. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, it's really tough on those bright yellows and whites, man.
Yeah, you can kind of. Well, here over by my hand, you see how it's kind of a blotch. It's like a big circle. That's what it pretty much does through the entire snake. It's just blotches. But like I said, it's
almost
it's
striped.
Yeah. And it's really hard to pick up.
Yeah, it is. But understandable. I know in person that looks fantastic. But
Oh yeah. I can show you. I have a Jollof Exantic Pistavi. I actually just produced too.
Oh, sure.
We
Yeah, let's take a peek.
call that one buttered popcorn.
Right?
Reminds me of the Jelly Belly buttered popcorn.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The little jelly beans.
Yeah, it's got really faint. Yeah, they probably are a lot brighter off camera, but they look pretty faint on there.
Oh, absolutely. I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
that stuff at
Oh
shows,
yeah.
and it's totally different, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see if we can
Oh wow.
kind of.
Boy, is that thing clean.
Right.
Huh. That's very cool.
Look at the back.
Yeah, the back is crazy, man.
So what's
And I
going
want
on
to
in
let
this
you
one
guys know
now?
this. So this is just the pastel Mojave Jollof Exantic that I
Oh,
produced
okay.
last year. Like I
What's
say, this is more of like a bone color. Just so you're aware, it's not actually white. It's like a
Yeah,
bone
uh,
color.
it's almost cream like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
so what's pushing the pattern up so high?
I think just
you know,
Pastavi does that on time to time, you know.
Like
you
that?
know, and
That's
I don't because the pairing was a pastel calico head Exantic to a pastel Mojave Exantic. So it shouldn't. I know he doesn't have calico. I have a calico version, but without the Exantic.
Hmm. Yeah, that's just
And
the
I know
pastel. It's a
some.
strong pastel, but
yeah, it
it's doing
must.
its
Yeah,
thing.
That is a
yeah.
really nice looking snake.
That thing's badass. Yeah, I dig that.
I could show you the one with the calico. I mean, it's not Exantic, but its color is kind of crazy.
Sure. Hey, we'll take a peek at anything you got, man. You're willing to
Yeah,
take stuff out and show us, we're gonna look for sure.
right. That one, those back alien heads all clumped together, just nice, solid, creamy.
Yeah,
That's pretty
looked
crazy
good,
through the
man.
whole tail. Yeah.
All right. So this guy, this is a super pastel calico Mojave.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, you can see the calico happening there too. Belly gets a little funky and sandblasted out, and it's funny. The super pastel with calico does a lot smoother look to things. Like it gets rid of that, what do you want to call it, graininess that calico usually brings in.
Mm-hmm.
Super pastel just softens all that out. Well, the Mojave does too, of course, but yeah, that's a nice looking snake.
Always love Mojave, man. So you got me right away with those. I
Oh
like
yeah.
any
No,
Mojave combos. I haven't seen one I don't like. So
I got a DG pickup. I can show that.
yeah.
Yeah, the Jolliff Tiger stuff is cool. It's
Yeah.
Before
not a huge reducer. It just kind of bands without reducing it a ton, which I like.
before the DG pickup, I'll show you this one here. Let's see if I can get it to focus.
Yeah, I mean you can see the yellows, but
Very good.
really hard to see pattern. You know.
Yeah. Can start to see
And
it.
it's a pinstripe too.
Right. So I was gonna say I could see pins on the other. Yeah, even on that side I can see it there. Really faint though.
Yeah.
So this is a super banana, super pastel pinstripe.
Well, that's what's doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, both those
Oh,
supers are really gonna mess with stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually trying to purposely hit this too. So
Yeah, it's pretty. I dig that.
now
And
I'll
not
show
a
you the
dot
DG.
on it, right? No
Nope.
freckles,
Nope.
which is cool. The one pastel banana we have has zero. Well, I wouldn't say zero, but very few freckles. I'm surprised. I thought pastel would bring a lot of freckling, but she's pretty darn clean.
All right. So let me see if I can get that head out.
Pause.
Yeah, pause that. Yeah, for sure.
That's
awesome.
That is an awesome looking snake, man.
Yeah.
So this is a Killer Bee Inchy Desert Ghost.
See that? Man, spider's pretty.
Yeah, always loved it.
It's got like little antenna on the head stamp. I'm trying to look like actual bee antennas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, it's a shame, you know. I would really like to see that bred out. You know, you have, and this doesn't seem to exhibit that much of it. Looking at it, sorry.
No, he's pretty good. He doesn't really have a wobble or anything.
No, he seems to be moving around fine.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a thing, man. You know, you get the ones with less and less issues, and that's what pushes forward. It's gonna really reduce that. I think, you know, just take the worst examples of it and don't pass that along. Such a pretty gene. It's a shame, and you can't get that look so far with anything else I've seen. I mean, you can get kind of close to spider if you pile enough stuff in there, but
mix some really weird stuff. I've seen some blade stuff that looks kind of similar in ways, but
right. Well, we've got that super vanilla, pastel, Anchi, Grim, Orange Dream, and that gets close to. But look at what you're doing. I mean, how many genes you have to get even close to a spider?
Right.
Okay, so another tiger example, or no?
This is actually pastel het red exanthic GHI.
Ah, okay.
Oh, wow.
That makes more sense. I was seeing the banding when you first brought it on the screen there, but not the same type. Doesn't go over the back. Those are just stretched alien heads.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that mix would look like that. That's cool.
I'm also very big into pastel, so unfortunately, those people that don't like it, you're going to get a lot of it with me. So,
hey, it works with what it works with. Just doesn't happen to fit their projects, man. Pastel's a great gene, dude.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, welcome, Jason. Good to see you. And that's totally all right.
And then if you want, I can cut it off. But I want to at least show off this guy.
Sure, absolutely.
I think a lot of people kind of get a kick out of him if he'll unbundle. Let's see. No? All right, well, there you go. So he is a Super Inferno Fader GHI.
Wow.
Yeah, that thing's wild. I really like that.
Let's see if I can get his head. There you go.
So Super Inferno is double shot of vanilla?
Super Pastel.
Oh,
no vanilla.
Okay. I thought Inferno was a vanilla fire mix.
Is that Disco Inferno?
No, I think Disco and Fire is the Disco Inferno, right? I don't know. I'm getting the combo names goofed up in my head.
Yeah, no, this one, he should be Super Pastel, Gravel, Hidden Gene Woma, Yellow Belly, GHI, or something like that.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's what he is. I know he's GHI for sure, and I know he's Hidden Gene Woma for sure.
You can definitely see both, and you can see the Super Pastel, but that's what threw me off. When I hear Inferno, I always want to say Fire and Vanilla, but maybe that's...
And I know... Yeah, and there is a Inferno of this, too. This is just the super version of it. I can't remember exactly what the combo was, though.
The dogs.
Right, the little yippers.
I heard him with the
But
squeaky
yeah.
toy earlier.
Somebody in the chat will know what I'm talking about on
The
the
Inferno?
Inferno. Yeah, I just, for whatever reason, that's playing with my brain. And vanilla and disco stuff tends to do that with the names. So I know there's like a vanilla cream, which is what, a pastel vanilla. I don't know. There's a lot of odd names for that complex, but
Yeah.
Let's see, I have it in my phone.
good looking stuff, Will. I dig some of that, man.
Yeah, I like that tiger, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to start being able to really, really work with it all.
So, how close are you to the true ghost stuff?
As soon as that boy right there gets of size and weight, I can start pairing him to one of my. I have a blackhead, red jean, orange ghost girl. So I was thinking about maybe doing that, but I'm also going to be putting him to. I have a female that I can put him to, but I have to wait for those other two females basically to grow up before I can actually get that VPI hypo mix, because the other one that I have isn't het hypo and she's full grown VPI, but it is what it is. I'm almost there. Just give me a couple more years and I'll probably have it all down. But
Right.
you know,
But hey, no
right
rush,
now,
man.
gotta grow them up. No,
Yeah.
but I'm further I'm further away on my snow stuff than I am the ghost stuff. The ghost stuff I just started to find because it's really hard to
Gotcha.
find that combo.
Yeah, absolutely. People that have it are kind of hoarding it. I mean, I think we're going to see a ton of true ghost stuff out there because people aren't letting go of it. I mean, they're chasing down that project pretty hard.
And I've been hearing a lot about True Ghost lately too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a big one here in the next couple of years. You're gonna see tons of it in different combos. So cool to see you doing that, man. I'd like to see what comes down the pipe. So you don't just keep ball pythons though. I know you've got some inverts too, right?
Yeah, I got 5 scorpions.
Okay. Why? No, I'm sure that's the question you get all the time, but I have to joke with that. But
it's the desert, man. You grew up in the desert.
Yeah.
Yep, I grew up around them a lot. That and I don't know. I've always liked scorpions. I don't know why.
They're
They are
super
kinda cool.
interesting to watch, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I sit there and I watch them on the weekend all the time. Especially I have the Jordan Black Deathstalker, so when he comes out and he's wandering around, it's really cool to kind of watch him what he does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I was going to head over because I'm going to show you have some photos on your Insta, right?
Yeah.
Of that Deathstalker. People need to see that thing. So let me. Oh, maybe you don't have that up on your Insta yet. Or am I just missing it?
I don't know if
I don't
I
think
know I
you
have
put that one on there.
scorpions.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that one or not necessarily.
I don't know where the heck we were watching. Were we hanging out in Vance's chat maybe? You grabbed that thing out?
It was on Thunderdome.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I brought it
Which
out at the end of it.
if you don't watch, guys, check it out on Saturdays. It's just a bunch of dudes hanging around talking about everything under the sun, from tax relief to finances to legal activities, illegal activities. Just enough to not get shut off, but it's a fun show. Saturdays, come check it out. But so just the scorpions? Do you do other arachnids, tarantulas, any of that stuff? Okay.
No tarantulas. Maybe teleswip in the future, but that's probably about as far as it'll go. Millipedes and stuff. No, I'm not there with those yet.
Okay, gotcha. I'm the same, man. That it just creeps me out. I suppose in a container, if I never have to let it out and I know it can't get out, whatever, I might be cool with just checking them out. But boy, that's a hill too far for me right now. I'm just not going to do it quite yet. Lizards, did you keep any of that?
Yeah, I do. I have 1.2 cresteds that are breeding pair. Then I have 2 babies from them and 3 eggs from them. I have a bearded
Okay.
dragon, a plated lizard. I have a croc skink, and I have 3 the spiny tails, South African spiny tails.
Oh, nice. Those are cool. Okay.
Yeah.
The plated, what kind of a, I don't know much about keeping those. What's the husbandry like on those?
The Sudan plateds, they're a desert species, so it's similar kind of to like a bearded.
Okay. Just
And
dry,
you can actually
warm.
give them, yeah, and you can give them the same fruits, veggies, that kind of stuff. It's same dietary and stuff.
Okay. So real close to a beardy. I would not have expected that. Are they regionally close? They're not really, right?
No, no,
Because
it's
aren't
just a
beardeds like
desert kind
Afghan
of.
or something? Or am I wrong
I
on
believe they're
that?
Australia,
Oh, Australian. Okay.
and then
For
you
some reason, I
also
had
have like
Afghan in
what the
my
New
mind.
Guinea. I think there's New Guinea ones too, and Rankins, and like that. So there's different variations of beardeds, but
The little Rankins are the New Guinea ones.
I don't know if they are. They might be. I'm not too
Because they're
sure.
quite
I
a bit
know there's
smaller than the other, right?
yeah, the Rankins are the smaller ones. I know that much, but I'm not sure
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, I've never kept those.
Gotcha. So what do you enjoy most in your collection? If I mean, obviously you love all of the stuff, but like had to pick one, you could only keep one. You're moving into a tiny apartment somewhere and they're going to give you a one you can have. What are you bringing with you?
A tiny apartment.
Well, not necessarily that's the requirement, but you get one animal to bring to this new living situation with all the
Man,
different species and things. What are you picking out of that group to take? And then
probably my
maybe
retic.
why? You're going
My
to bring
retic.
what?
My retic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
Okay.
he's
tinier
my buddy.
apartment.
He's my buddy. We
The
spend
the
a lot of
apartment
time
just got smaller. Yep.
together. Yeah.
So how big is the retic now?
He's just a baby still, so he's like maybe 3, 4 foot. He's not very big.
Okay.
Does he
Yeah,
Just
seem
a
see,
smart?
baby.
granite, not gravel.
Does he seem smart? That's all I
Oh,
hear is
he's
about
very
how
intelligent.
smart. Yeah, how smart they are compared to the ball
They are.
pythons. I always hear
Yep,
that. Yeah.
yep. And they have a stare that they like to give you, and it's one of two things: either it's a stop to try to figure out if you're food or not, or it's a hey, come and pick me up. But you can kind of tell the difference by the way they react. It's
Yeah.
weird, but at least I've gotten to where I can read them because of how much time I've spent with them. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, it won't be small for long. Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. Everybody's kicking in there. Yes, yes. But um yeah, but that's interesting always because when you do get those multi-species and you end up having so much diversity, I know there's certain things that just intrinsically you attach to more, right? But that retic just a curiosity, just how explorative they are, or what? That's kind of what keeps your wheels turning too a little bit.
Yeah, he's very active. He doesn't just sit around. He will, once he gets comfortable and he's done kind of been active for a while, he'll sit on my hat or he'll sit on my shoulder or something and just kind of curl up and just chill,
Yeah,
literally, you know. But
get
yeah,
that
and
little movement out of their system and just chill with you.
yep,
That's cool too.
yep. And I make little PVC gymnasium things for him so he can climb all over that and whatnot. And he just kind of gets a workout and he he definitely gets interaction, and he also gets that where he has to kind of use his brain to kind of interact with stuff.
I think
Yeah,
that's the thing that people maybe don't think about that haven't, really had anything other than the ball pythons. Is that those, you get into the boas and and that the retics, they need to have the ability to move around a bit and climb and all that, which you don't. It's pretty easy life with the ball pythons compared to those guys. So
Oh yeah,
a little more
yeah, and they,
demanding, but maybe pays off, right? I mean, you're getting a little more back from them at the same time as a pet. So
And that varies a lot too. I mean, we have those oddball pythons that as soon as you open it, they want to be out and doing stuff, right? But I think that's the big misunderstanding too, is like, I think their personality plays more into the ball pythons not seeming smart or curious. I think they're just so damn shy. They're like so scared of everything that they don't get to show that they're smart. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're choosing hide over explore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have some that go to that extent. Like some of them just start off that way as a baby. Like from minute one, they're the ones that want to be out and they don't care what's out there. They're on top of stuff. I mean, they're cruising, go right up to their head and they don't, pull away. It's just
Those
personality, I
dumb
think,
ones. The extra dumb. They don't know enough to be afraid of.
Well, right. But you wonder, is it just that lack of fear in their personality type that it's letting them appear smarter and want to be more.
Right, and they figured out that they can trust you too, which that kind of does make me wonder because, like you said, John, you have the ones where almost from a baby, they figure out real quick that you're bringing food and you're kind of cleaning things, or at least it seems like they figured it out because you open the tubs and they come right out to you. And then you've got the other ones that you keep for 6-8 years, however long, they get bigger and bigger and they always shy away.
Scared.
It's like it never changes. So it makes you wonder.
It does,
One to the next.
So I think ball pythons kind of get that pet rock bad rap. It's just because they're scared little turds, for the most part. But so speaking of scared, we're on the scared topic now, and the scariest part of the whole damn show is just a minute or two away. Are you prepared for hot seat time or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're ready for it. Most people are like, hell yeah, bring it on.
Oh yeah.
Jamie's ready. I'm more than sure. Jamie, you're ready back there, yeah? All right. Will, we're going to send you in there with her. Good luck, sir. I'm sure you're going to do just fine, but Jay and I will see you on the other side. Best of luck, man. I'm going to swap this out and send Jamie in.
It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game. Ha ha ha. Let's go.
Hello.
Hey.
I love this part of the show. Are you ready for the hot seat, Will?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Pistachios or cashews?
Pistachios.
Stitch or Pikachu?
Pikachu.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars for sure.
Would you rather learn to water ski or snowboard?
Snowboard because I can do that.
Yeah. I haven't really done either. I tried water skiing once, but it wasn't really going so hot. Okay, snake jeans. Do you prefer light or dark? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, okay. We're just going to hold off a minute. Looks like Will's got a reboot, and then we'll get back. We'll get back
go out
on
and come
the
back in.
show. Yeah.
Let me see. What happened here?
Yep. We see.
Uh-oh.
We see that green screen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it green?
What is it? Oh, weird. There we go.
No.
All right. So we left off with snake jeans. Do you prefer light or dark jeans?
Light.
Okay. I didn't know because you have a lot of the light, but some dark ones too.
Oh, yeah, I do have dark.
You're roasting marshmallows. Do you prefer them lightly toasted or burnt?
Burnt.
Me too. Would you rather erase your own memories or erase someone else's memories of you?
Someone else's probably.
Sorry, that one's gone. South Park or Family Guy?
South Park.
If the toilet paper roll is really low but not completely out, do you replace it or leave it for someone else to do?
Replace it.
Yep, it's a good man. Would you rather be
OCD.
Would you rather be stranded on a deserted island for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Ooh, the island.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. Because I'm not in a coma.
I would go nuts. But if you're in a coma, your family and friends can still come and see you.
Well, or they could say they did and just not.
Right? It's true. All right. Deserted island, we're going with that. If you could speak a second language fluently, what language would you pick?
Probably Nordic.
Oh, that would be cool. Me neither. Would you rather save the lives of your 3 closest family members or 1,000 people you don't know?
I'd have to go family.
Yep. What's your go-to midnight snack?
Probably ice cream. Sherbet.
Yeah. Oh, I like sherbet. Sorbet.
Yeah.
Chevy or Ford?
Chevy all day.
If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you pick?
Probably Taz.
Yep, it's a good one. Pretty popular one. One thing you're looking to accomplish in 2025.
Having my portal pad built and everything moved out there and getting ready to vend in 2026.
Oh, very cool. Good, that's a great goal. Who has been your biggest mentor thus far?
I'm going to have to say it's a mixture of my mentor locally, Kevin Klein, and probably Brian Barczyk, probably.
Yep, very good. What's the best advice you would give to a new breeder just getting started?
Just go slow and make sure that you can feed what you have.
Right.
And if not, that you are able to produce to feed what you have.
Yeah, that's super important. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that. It's a great point.
Yeah.
If you could meet your future self, what advice would you ask for?
What? Yeah. What's the lottery numbers?
Very good. I think there'd be so many lottery winners.
Yeah.
You survived in the hot seat. Thank you. Appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. And as always, please like, share, follow, and subscribe.
All right. You did well, man. Except the camera killing out on you. Did you figure out what was up?
I'm not sure. I think it might had to do something with my background, like it switched or something, and I lost it. And
Yeah.
I think I went to go grab it, and it just said, "Boom, bye."
Gotcha. Yeah, it's crystal clear again, and it's smooth. I mean, it just kind of blobbed out on you for whatever reason, but yeah. So great answers, man. You did fine. Everybody gets nervous about. Well, not nervous. Some people are genuinely excited, but yeah, did good, man. Some of those surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
Sherbet. I haven't heard sherbet in a long time.
Right? That one got me too.
I just haven't thought of sherbet in a long. I eat ice cream, but you know, Sherbet's
When
good, man.
I was a really young kid, that was my favorite by far. Sherbet, man.
Oh yeah.
Always
Oh
would
yeah,
pick sherbet over everything. Yeah.
it's so good, right?
Yeah.
But your goals, man. The goals are great goals. Getting ready to vend. Are you
Yeah.
excited about that? Like hitting your local stuff, or
Oh
how are
yeah.
you going to go about that?
We have an actual local one that started up last year and it's actually coming back this year in April. I'm not going to have the inventory or anything that I want just yet for the show, but that's why I want to make sure that I'm prepared and ready for the next year because I also want to try to do the Pacific Northwest shows too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. How
You know,
close are
so
you to those out there, like Puyallup and all that stuff?
Puyallup is about maybe 3 hours from me, and Hillsboro is about 3 hours, about the same.
Okay, not terrible. I mean, those
No,
are
not
drivable
bad.
No,
distances. Yeah,
yeah,
Well, it
gotcha.
depends. I mean, you get on some of those California roads.
Well,
uh-huh.
yeah,
If it's
mountain roads,
actual three
period. But
hours of travel time, right? Yeah.
right,
Yeah, the mountain
Yeah,
road too.
yeah, any of that, and then I suppose you could get just a crap ton of snow like everywhere out there, right?
Uh,
At
yeah. In
times,
Eastern Washington, we get a lot.
yeah, I imagine. Got to be the case. So yeah, man, that's kind of the gist of the show. We're at that point where we're over the hour, we're doing our thing, but we always want to give you an opportunity too to do your shout outs, things like that. Talk about the people you already mentioned, RWO guys. I know you hang out over there a ton. Nikki and Kurt, them. Anybody else on the radar we should be looking for big will support?
Oh man, pretty much everybody out there in the community. I mean, Wiz, Keys, Heathen Hatchery, all of them guys. I mean, everybody that's in the chats every day, every week, hitting all these shows. Plus the community outside, obviously, but just everybody that's doing positive things and is kicking the negative to the side. Those are the people I want to shout out to and just congratulate and just hope you continue to do the same things that you're doing now.
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. It's a sentiment we all need in this too, and it is easy to glom on to these tough topics and things to get heated about, but end of the day, it doesn't do any of us any service. There's
No,
some obvious glaring issues out there we all need to talk about. I get that, but try to take the higher road out of those situations. You know what I mean? Not
for sure.
like get yourself so stuck in the mud on it. But I appreciate that too, man. It's something we kind of opened with to begin with, joked a little bit about it, but I've never heard anything but that in conversation around you. Which is a great thing. It's like I've
Yeah.
never heard a negative comment. I've never heard anything but positive. So appreciate that, and I appreciate that presence too. John says, "Run for office." Says you're wasting your time sitting messing with snakes. Get it? I am not
Yeah.
a crook. Get the Nixon going out there. Appreciate you, Mike. Yeah, it was a fun show, man.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, appreciate you coming out. So
I
we'll drag
appreciate. Oh man,
we'll drag you back in here again. We'll have you on some of the panels and stuff that come up. Everybody gets a chance to come back and visit again. We definitely want to catch up and see actually some true ghosts that you were able to make, stuff like
yeah,
that. So looking forward to it, man.
sure.
And keep doing the Jola stuff. Dude, I appreciate that
Oh
so
yeah,
much.
for
For
sure.
whatever reason, I just like seeing people do something out of the ordinary. And it's one of those that is a super narrow group. So cool to see,
Well,
dude.
especially if they believe in it, right? If you believe in it and you stick with
Yeah,
it, I mean, something's going to happen there. Pretty much
Yeah,
guaranteed. There's so many combos that we haven't seen. So
100%. Absolutely. Agree with that wholeheartedly. So we'll drag Jamie back out. She's had time throughout the show to put together some kind of a trivia question. Let's swap you guys at spots, though. Let's get Will over there. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So, something you glommed onto during the middle of this show here, Jamie. What did you find for people for trivia? Get themselves some Forge coin before we let everybody go.
Okay. I liked this question a lot. What does Will enjoy most from his collection?
Okay. That's going to be a quick one. People are paying attention. I know we're going to get some wise ass answers out there too.
Here you go.
There it is.
Mission
Man.
Morphs. Congrats.
That was
As long as
Holy.
it wasn't Will
7.
Teleheat.
Right? The
What?
Geckers. Scorpion, yeah. A couple people said Scorpion.
Yeah, that's
that's
probably
Scorpion's cool.
runner up though, right?
Scorpion. My other question
Yeah.
I had picked out was how many scorpions does Will have?
Oh,
Oh.
That would have been a tough one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, 10 Forge coin in John's pocket. He gets to spend
Yep.
that in Daytona. We'll have to buy him a cocktail when we're down there.
Right, we'll have to.
Probably.
We got to find a place down there that'll accept Forge coin for beer, man. It won't be
Yes.
He's going to need a lot more than 10 for that trip, for sure. Yeah, hang on to it, John. You might want to spend that with somebody. Don't donate it. We're not going to do that. Hang on to it. Spend it with somebody. We'll get it going all directions. Just because you put yours in there don't mean you can't have some.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, Will, much love, man. Appreciate you coming out. Thanks again for
thank
hopping
you,
on the
guys.
show.
I appreciate it.
It was awesome to get to know you a little bit better. I feel like I sit in chats with you all the time anyway, but
Definitely.
it's still fun.
Well, I got to know him a little bit better.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I don't get into the chats a lot, so I do get to know people a lot better on this show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so definitely
I appreciate
100% appreciate you, man. Blakers, we're just closing out, pal, but
Blakers.
we'll catch you on the next one next week. Yeah, so we're going to get the heck out of here. We'll hang out just for a little bit. We'll run this video. Everybody else, finish out your week strong. Only a couple days left. We can get there. Weekend's just ahead of us. So appreciate all you guys coming out. I know this gets to be late on the East Coast, but all the support is much appreciated. And keep your eyes open for that that fundraiser coming up for LMK Ken there too.
Yeah.
Going to be an important one. We need to get stuff going his direction to help him out. That's a crap spot to be in. So, Chris, appreciate you, sir. But let's get the heck out of here, guys. You guys finish up the week, and everybody, peace, love. Thanks again for coming out. Appreciate you all. Have a good one out there, guys. Peace.